Welcome to the Out of This World show. 7 poems about the Pharaohs' entertainment. Number 7. The Wrestling. Wrestling for the Pharaoh, in ancient Egypt land. With strength and skill, they'd take a stand. In the sands of the pyramids, they'd grapple and fight. To entertain the king, day and night. With muscles rippling, and sweat on their skin. They'd battle it out, again and again. The crowd would roar, as they tossed and they tumbled. In the ring, they would truly rumble. But when the match was over, and the victor was clear, the pharaoh would give out some golden gear. For the wrestlers of Egypt were known to be the best, because they knew how to perform better than the rest. Number 6. The Chariot Race. Chariot races for the pharaoh, in ancient Egypt land. With speed and grace, they'd take a stand. In the sands of the pyramids, they'd race and they'd roar. To entertain the king, forevermore. With horses galloping, and wheels turning fast. They'd fly around the track, and make it last. The crowd would cheer, as they passed by in a blur. In the race for the princess, where the victor would be wedded to her. But when the race was over, and the winner was clear, the pharaoh would rise his chalice, and all the people would cheer. For the charioteers of Egypt were the best in all of the lands. And they knew how to put on a show that would increase their fans. Number 5. The Archery Games. Archery Games in ancient Egypt, a tale to be told. With arrows and bows, the stories unfold. In the land of the pharaohs, they'd shoot and they'd aim. To entertain the king and win fame. With skill and precision, they'd hit the mark. The crowd would cheer, as they hit the target in the dark. The archers of Egypt were the best of the best. Their aim was true and their shots passed the test. But when the game was over, and the victor was known, the pharaoh would gift him a brand new home. For the archers of Egypt were the pride of the land. And they knew how to win, with a bow in his hand. Number 4. The Strongman Competition. The strong men of ancient Egypt, a tale of might and power. With muscles bulging, they'd rule the hour. In the land of the pharaohs, they'd lift and they'd heave. To entertain the king, and earn respect and reprieve. With weights and stones, they'd show their strength. The crowd would cheer, as they lifted at great length. The strong men of Egypt were the best of the best. Their muscles rippling, they'd pass every test. But when the competition was over, and the winner was anointed, the pharaoh would raise the position he was appointed. For the strong men of Egypt were the pride of the land. And they knew how to lift, with great power in their hand. Number 3. The Spear Throwing Competition. Spear throwing in ancient Egypt, a tale of aim and skill. With precision and strength, they'd take the kill. In the land of the pharaohs, they'd hurl and they'd throw. To entertain the king, and earn respect and a glow. With spears in hand, they'd show their might. The crowd would cheer, as they hit the target just right. The spear throwers of Egypt were the best around. Their aim was true, with a whistling sound. When the competition was over, and the winner took his place at the top, the pharaoh had a new son to adopt. For the spear throwers of Egypt were the pride of the kingdom. And all the top soldiers knew how fling them. Number 2. The Dagger Throwing Competition. Dagger throwing in ancient Egypt, a tale of speed and grace. With precision and skill, they'd win the race. In the land of the pharaohs, they'd hurl and they'd throw. To entertain the king and earn a golden glow. With daggers in hand, they'd show their art. The crowd would cheer, as they hit the target with a dart. The dagger throwers of Egypt were the sharp of the sharp. Their aim was true, it was like a art. But when the competition was done, and the winner was picked, the pharaoh would bless him with a golden stick. For the dagger throwers of Egypt had the deadly collection. And they knew how to throw them, with perfect precision. Number 1. The Swordsman Competition. Swordsmen in ancient Egypt, a tale of skill and grace. With blades in hand, they'd win the race. In the land of the pharaohs, they'd fight and they'd duel, to entertain the king, and earn a place in the jewel. With swords in hand, they'd show their might. The crowd would cheer, as they fought a good fight. The swordsmen of Egypt were the best of all the best. Their skill was unmatched, test after test. But when the battles was over, and the conqueror yells victory, the pharaoh would bless him with gold like royalty. For the swordsmen of Egypt will go down in history, with more clashes won than any ancient army. Thank you for watching. Now please like, subscribe and share, for more of the Out of This World show. And check out our store, located on links in the description and upper right of our channel.